welcome back to another episode of Zero Waste Closet. So this is the channel, if you haven't been here before, where we talk all about consolidating our wardrobes, really focusing in on the pieces and items and concepts that work the best for us, that really do great multitasking so we don't end up with overfilled closets and super stressful lives and basically decision fatigue when it comes to getting dressed. So I want to help guide your decision making, and in this case, in today's video, I want to help guide your closet clean out. So we have definitely done a closet clean out series where I take you step by step through how to do a closet purge and start all over. And one of the things I really want to hone in on today is those just in case items it's time to get rid of. And let me tell you why we're doing this video. My closet, I did a really good clean out a little while back, and as often happens, I want to be very authentic. I always promise you I'm going to be really truthful with you. As often happens, it started filling back up again. Kind of like when you do a purse clean out, right? You clean out your purse, you start all over, it feels so good, and then several weeks later, you're back to having an overfilled purse if you don't keep cleaning it out as you go. So that kind of happened in my case. We got a lot of really cute new arrivals in. I kept being able to justify bringing more stuff in, and raise your hand if you recognize this pattern. And so I ended up with an overfilled closet. So I need to go back in there and really do another good clean out. And I noticed in sort of surveying what I've got in there that there is a lot of closet space in my case being taken up by what I call just in case items. So those are the things that you're holding on to just in case maybe you have a dressy event, or just in case you lose the weight and you get back to your original weight and you can wear those super cute jeans again. It's those types of scenarios, and you might not realize in your own case how much closet real estate is being taken up by those types of items. So in this video, I want to go through several different categories of just in case items, and I'm going to show you my own little closet purge and show you just how much I was able to take out by going through this list. Okay, gals, so here I am. I'm in my bedroom and I have started going through my closet and looking at these different categories of just in case items. And oh my gosh, it's vast. So let's start with the first category, which is one that people tend to think most of when they think of those just in case things. And that is the super dressy occasion, or the just special holiday wear or occasion wear. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to buy things that are sparkly because they're great for Christmas, for instance. That's great. If you love something sparkly, like we have a really cute sequined shirt in right now at Chill Boutique, and I love it, but I would wear that any time of year under a blazer and destroyed jeans. Super cute. But I'm talking those occasion wear pieces where you're thinking, oh, maybe for a black tie event, if I have to go to a wedding, what am I gonna wear if I need something to attend? Or what if I get invited to a holiday party and I need something fabulous? I don't know about you guys, but I know in my case, I have a whole section of my closet full of those kind of clothes, and I literally can't remember the last time I reached for them. So here are some examples just to kind of entertain you. So this is some of the stuff that's actually going to be exiting my closet after today. Dress 1, dress 2, dress 3, the floral, and then this whole set of like red silky stuff that is very, very holiday in my case. So there's a couple of points to make here too. Those are also very distinctive items, right? So they have like bright patterns, they're very memorable, making it even less likely that I'm gonna be an outfit repeater. If you have like the perfect little black dress, and yes, you're saving it for special occasions, but it's super versatile, you can change the look with jewelry, it never goes out of style, that is what I call a closet essential. Don't get rid of that piece, but I'm talking very specific occasion wear. I never wear this stuff, and man, it's taking up a ton of space. So I just freed up a little bit of real estate, and I'm very excited. So before I move on to the next category of just in case clothing, let's talk a little bit about the fear that goes with getting rid of those types of pieces for special occasion wear. The fear that many of us have, and I've cleaned out a lot of people's closets, I've talked to a lot of women, and it's a very common feeling of, oh my gosh, what if it comes down to the last minute and I don't have anything to wear? This sense of I want to prevent that kind of panic from setting in. You guys, I will tell you there's a few ways to deal with this. So one is, like I was just talking about, the little black dress. Have one or two extremely timeless, versatile pieces that can dress up or down and be changed with jewelry and accessories that really just can stay in your closet. And they can be your emergency pieces. So no matter what the occasion, you know they always work. That is my best piece of advice. But if you really are like needing something spectacular, let's say to wear to a black tie event, I will tell you, I frequently turn to, well, I don't frequently because I hardly go to these types of things, but if I have to, my almost always go-to is going to be Rent the Runway. If you haven't tried that, I love that. Some sort of rental service where you get an item or two, you pick out your sizes, you get to hold on to them for a few days, and you get to send them back, and you get to borrow that item for a fraction of the retail price. I think that's wonderful, and then it doesn't clutter your closet in the long term. And another option is to go onto a secondhand site or go secondhand shopping and find something spectacular that you, again, pay a fraction of the retail price for, and then you can let it go on to the next person when you're done. So a second category that I have come up with for me that might resonate with you of just in case pieces that it's time to let go of are those pieces that don't really align with your lifestyle. There are maybe for special occasions, and I'm not talking like big things like black tie dinners, but I just mean more like, for me, it's the category of, oh, I need those like really cute pieces in my closet for girls' night out occasions or for date night where I just want to look a little extra. Okay. This is where it gets very personal. If that is you and that aligns with your lifestyle and you're always doing those kind of things and you really love to go and look a little different than you do during the daytime for those types of occasions, then maybe your closet needs that. But do a really honest assessment with yourself. And in my case, I'll be honest with you, I don't do a lot of girls' nights out. I'm raising 3 kids right now and running a business. So those are very much just in case items that I don't reach for. And I do get occasional date nights with my husband, but the reality is I never change clothes. Even if we are going out for a fancy dinner, first of all, we don't really do that very often when we have our date nights. And second of all, if we do, I tend to stay very casual regardless. I might just stay in a t-shirt and jeans and just put some cute jewelry on with it or a cute pair of shoes, and that's it. So I don't really change my outfit. So just as an example of a couple of pieces that will be exiting my closet, I've got these really fun florally pants. They're beautiful. They look great on. It's been a couple of years, honestly, since the last time I reached for these. They just never really seem to be the thing that I want to change into. And then this could easily go into the last category of like holiday wear, but this is like a very special occasion sequiny top, and it's really hard when it's an item that looks good on you, right? So both of these items, this is tough. I love the way these look on me. I love the way they fit me, but my closet is not big, believe it or not, for owning a retail store. I actually have a small closet. I don't have a lot of space. Do you guys see a kitty ear here in the background? Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. So anyway, you know, I just don't reach for these, and I don't want my closet being taken up by pieces that I never ever wear. So I'm letting go of items that are date night or girls' night out pieces. So a third category, and this kind of relates back to the last category, they all kind of share things in common, is again, another doesn't really align with where you're at in your life right now kind of pieces, like interview, just in case I have a job interview pieces. And for those of you who are still in the working realm of your lives, you know, ask yourself, if you're really going out and pounding the pavement and doing interviews, maybe you do have a little interview section of your closet. But if you are happily employed or maybe happily retired, why are you holding on to things that are like business casual when you don't do anything business casual? So in my case, here are some pieces that are going to be leaving my closet. I will tell you, I tout the boyfriend blazer all the time and the black boyfriend blazer. But in my case, I have a lot of blazers that I don't really like wearing during my daily life. These are more like I would wear it on a job interview pieces, or pieces from my past where I used to actually work in the hotel industry and I had to come to work in like business suits every day. So this blazer is not one of my favorites. It hangs in there just in case I ever have an interview. And you know, pieces like this shirt, which is like my pinstriped button-up shirt that would look nice and very professional under a blazer. Again, I have not worn or reached for these pieces in the last couple of years, and they're taking up really valuable space in my closet. So that is definitely something I can let go of. And it kind of goes back to what we were saying with formal wear. If life changed, if I somehow suddenly needed those types of pieces, I can have a couple of core pieces in my closet. I do have a couple of blazers that I do love to wear, so I could always reach for one of those. Or if it comes up, then I can go out and find something right then. And chances are these pieces we're holding on to, by the time that occasion comes along, like by the time it's time for a job interview, these pieces aren't even gonna be relevant or in style, and we probably wouldn't reach for them anyway, and we'll probably want to get something new at that point in time. So yay, one more bit of space in my closet. Oh my gosh, gals, here's another one. How about the just in case duplicates? Look, there's even a tag swinging from this one. So I don't know what your duplicate damage is. I know for me, I have a couple of categories where like the duplicates are overwhelming my closet and my life. So jeans, as I'm holding here, are one of them. Black tank tops, because I love to layer with them, are another, where instead of having like 2, 3, maybe 4 pairs that you love, that you constantly interchange, you keep amassing more and more and more of that particular item that you think you wear a lot, and before you know it, you have 100 of it. So for me, these are like all my just in case jeans. Just in case my favorite ones wear out. Just in case I need something where suddenly bell bottoms are the thing that would look perfect with that sweater. Just in case. I have so many, and what I really need to do is boil it down to the like 4, or okay, in my case, maybe 5 pairs of jeans that I wear constantly, and let the rest go. Okay, gals, so how many of you have an old hobby that you are no longer engaged in? So for some of you, it could be like a sporting activity, or again, a hobby. Maybe you used to be an artist or do a lot of pottery work, and you had clothes you did that in, but you haven't done it for years. In my case, it's ballroom dancing. So if you don't already know this about me, I have been a ballroom dancer, a competitive ballroom dancer for a long time. And it's a hobby that my husband and I share in common. And it's something I was actually doing very seriously until I decided to open Chill Boutique and decided to devote my life to retail and raising my children. So I have a very large section of my closet that is full of ballroom dancing practice clothes. And I used to practice up to 5-6 days a week. And I haven't danced in, let's see, it's been about 8 months. And the reality, and this is, you know, sometimes this gets very emotional because you have to have like a heart to heart with yourself and say, where am I really at in my life? And what is the likelihood that I'm going to return to this thing? And sometimes you don't know. So in my case, the reality is I am not remotely in a position to pick up ballroom dancing again at any time in the near future. My life is very, very busy, and this is just where I'm at. And it is taking up a huge amount of closet space. It's very emotional for me because as I let these clothes go, it's almost like I'm telling myself it's over. And that's something that means so much to me, that letting the clothes go and admitting that it's over is really hard. But the reality is, and this is where the psychology comes in, it's not over because I'm letting go of the clothes. If I ever decide to pick it back up again or decide to bring it back into my life, and there's certainly a possibility at some point that I will, I will start to acquire new practice clothes. But I know this isn't gonna happen within the next year. So keeping all of these things on hand is really making it hard for me to see the forest for the trees and to see all the things I love in my closet, because it's like a whole rack of stuff. So this is just a fraction of the pieces I'm letting go that in a million years I would like never wear in real life. Practice tops, practice flowy skirts. I mean, it's all great, but let someone else have it. And then if I pick it back up, I can start building my ballroom dancing wardrobe all over again. All right, gals, the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to clothes that are there just in case are clothes that represent an outdated version of yourself. So we've talked about, maybe a lifestyle that isn't really your current lifestyle. So that's kind of part of this as well. As I said, it all kind of relates to one another. But what I'm talking about here are maybe those skinny clothes that represent you 5 years ago, a weight that you were at that maybe you've grown out of, and maybe you're not ever gonna get back to that weight, or maybe it's the pre-baby body or whatever it may be, but maybe you've been struggling with this for the last few years and maybe struggling with self-acceptance, and maybe you keep those clothes in your closet because you think, I'm gonna get back there someday. Well, those are taking up a lot of space, and just like we've said with every other category, if you do happen to get back there someday, then let yourself go shopping and acquire some new pieces to fit your new body. But maybe it's also time for some self-acceptance. So there's a lot of deep personal inner work that goes on here where you have to talk to yourself and say, where am I really at? And can I appreciate my life and accept me right now, right here at this point in time, instead of holding on to the past and thinking that our clothes represent everything, and then letting the clothes go, we're, cutting out our past. That's not true at all. Those memories are still there. That version of ourselves is still there, but let the clothes go. Sometimes it's letting go of, let's say, like a fantasy self. And that's the case for me. That's sort of where it becomes most relevant for me. I have pieces that are sort of the old me. They're not the current me. And if I ever go back to this version of myself, I'm probably just going to get a new wardrobe at that point anyway. So example, you've heard me talk a lot about this kind of like Parisian girl, or like this sort of preppy alter ego. Oh my gosh, if you know me, you're like laughing right now because that's not how I dress right now. And so I have things hanging in my closet like the old plaid flannel shirts. Now, I will tell you, plaid flannel is in, but I've got some new really cool updated versions of this. But at one point, I managed a very preppy retail store, and this was part of my uniform. This is not part of my uniform anymore. I had a fantasy self as well that revolved around the Parisian girl who wore the ballet flats, like my little red ballet flats. You guys, I absolutely love looking at these shoes. I love them. I never, ever, ever wear them. They do not fit the current version of me, but I've kept them on hand just in case I want to go back to being that Parisian girl. Chances are I'm not going to go back to that. I never really lived in that space anyway. And if I really, really wanted to, I could probably acquire a new pair of these shoes secondhand and play with it. But for now, I need to let it go because I'm not wearing them and it represents an old me. So gals, I hope this really honest purge of mine, of my just in case items in my closet, was helpful to you. I hope it inspired you. It may have hopefully resonated with you. And I suggest you go for it. If you don't know where to start when it comes to cleaning out your own closet, this is a really, really good starting point. You're gonna start to pull out some of that stuff so you can start to see the forest for the trees. So please definitely let me know if you have any questions, ideas, comments. Leave them in the comments section below, or feel free to email me at lisa@shopchillstyle.com. If you are not familiar with Chill Boutique, or you just want to check out our latest new arrivals, of course you can stop in store into our Fountain Hills store here in Arizona, or jump online and shop at www.shopchillstyle.com. If you guys like this video, please definitely give me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you like this type of topic. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Zero Waste Closet, and that way you get notifications whenever new videos come out. I really look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful week.